Another good question from the comments. It was on the back of those videos about Freeman on the land cases where the people lost their houses and the woman lost a child. And they asked, if you were advised by somebody like this and you lost out, could you sue them? The answer appears to be yes. And let me tell you why. I mean, I did wonder about this, but I put out an appeal on Law Twitter, and somebody very kindly sent me a case where this actually cropped up. Now, in this particular case, what happened, it wasn't strictly freedom on the land type stuff. It was somebody who'd set themselves up as a, just legal advisor. And as I've said in other videos, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There are loads of non-qualified, in quotes, lawyers out there, or, people who don't have practice certificates, who don't do the non-regulated work, who are brilliant, really good at it. But it's just, how do you find those people? It's like, word of mouth, I suppose. But this particular person, they had held themselves out. Now, they'd called themselves a law firm, which you're actually allowed to do, as long as you don't say solicitors. But they'd implied that they were SRA regulated and there were loads of solicitors working for them. They were licensed to carry out the work that they did. And they claimed to be specialists in medical negligence. Somebody suffered, a botched operation. And they went to these people and they signed them up on quite an expensive retainer. It was sort of like £250 an hour. They also did what we call a CFA, conditional fee arrangement. That's the no win, no fee thing. So it's like, well, we'll just claim all our costs off the other side. And they also did what was called a damages-based agreement. That's where you take a share of the winnings. At the time, they were illegal, except in employment cases. You're actually allowed to do them now. They're always considered to be a bit sordid because the lawyer has a personal interest in the outcome of the case. So how can you be detached and objective about it? But that's by the by. Anyway, they issued a claim that varied between 3 million and 11 million, but they just made a complete mess of it. Absolutely terrible. And in the end, bits of the claim were just struck out piece by piece by piece. As it happened, the hospital trust had made what we call a Part 36 offer for £20,000, very, very low ball offer right at the start. And that was still open, so they were able to take it. So they got £20,000. However, they had to pay £74,000, the costs of the trust. So they were minus £54,000 out of pocket. So they brought a claim against these people, and it succeeded. The judge said, well, there was a contractual relationship there. However, they were in breach of contract because of all the misrepresentations about, their qualifications and also just not providing the service. And they said they were negligent, in the way they actually conducted the litigation. And they couldn't rely on any waivers because of their own misconduct. The thing is here, they actually valued the claim. They were awarded £450,000 damages, but which £80,000 was the wasted costs from the earlier trial. But that meant effectively they'd accepted £20,000 on a £350,000 medical negligence claim. That was how much the court said actually they were entitled to. So that's, just again, a salutary tale. I mean, they've got the piece of paper now going, congratulations. But the thing is, non-regulated people don't have insurance. The one thing when you go to like a barrister or a solicitor is at least we're insured, or at least we should be. I mean, feel free to check that out. Barristers, we're insured through something called the Bar Mutual Indemnity Fund. We effectively self-insure. There's a couple of people who every year they work out what we've paid out in damages, what they've paid defending claims, how much it's cost to actually run the organisation. Then we just split the cost of that all between us. And what's really annoying is, for the first time ever, my Bar Mutual premium is more than my car insurance. The implication being I'm even worse at barristering than I am at driving. And if anybody's seen me drive, that's a really low bar. But anyway, you may have found that useful and helpful. If so, please consider clicking the like button and also possibly subscribing.